Numbers are one of the most fundamental data type in Python. They represent the value that we can calculate, compare and measure. Python automatically decides the kind of number that we are using. So you don't need to declare it like we used to do it in C and Java. There are three numeric data types in Python: integer, float and complex number. We'll understand each of them step by step. So in step 1, let's start with integer. Basically, integer are whole number, the number without decimal point. For example, 5 minus 12, 2025. They are commonly used when you want to count something, like numbers of students, quantity of product, or loop counters in your code. If we talk about some industrial or real life application, in real world, integers are widely used in indexing, in IDs, in iteration control. So they are precise and memory efficient for exact counter, where you want to precisely exactly count something. Now after this, what if we need decimal point? And that's why here we have float or floating point numbers. Float represents real numbers like 3.14, 0.99 or minus 45.6. You just think of a number that can float in between any two integers like 3 and 4, 3.14, 3.26, 3.97, like that. So we use floats for anything like measurement of temperature, distance, mark percentage or bank balance sheet. Wherever there is fraction point, you use floats. Floats are essential in field like finance, scientific calculation, machine learning, where precision matters. So float are really important. And after this, now it comes something bit more mathematical, and that is complex number. A complex number has two parts, real part and imaginary part. In Python, it written as a plus bj. For example, 3 plus 4j. Here a is real part and b is imaginary part. So 3 is real part and 4 is imaginary part. If you have studied engineering or mathematics, you might remember that I is equal to under root minus 1. So in Python, that I is being represented with j, right? So this you need to remember, I is being represented with j. Now complex numbers are used in electrical engineering, image processing and scientific simulations where signals and waves are really involved, right? So these are some of the applications of complex number. Now after this, let me show you how this Python recognizes all these types. So for that, let's jump to the Python IDE. So this is our Python IDE and this is Spider that we are going to use. Now first of all, let me show you these three basic types, X, Y and Z, right? So now let's run this thing and here you can see X, Y and Z. And here you can see X is integer, Y is float and Z is a complex number. Now let's see if you want to check which of the data type for each of the variable. So here you can see, but what if your program is quite big, large, right? Then you need to scroll down and find your exact data type. So instead of doing that, you can simply write here type of, let's say, X. Then it will give you integer. Type of Y will give you float. And type of Z then will give you complex number. So using this command type, you can identify which type of variable is this. Now after this knowing, you can also convert in between numeric types. Let me show you an example. Now here I am writing integer 3.5, float 5 and complex number 4. Earlier we have seen that if it is numeric type, then we do not need to use this point. In float, we supposed to mention it like this, and in complex number, we supposed to mention it like this. But what I am doing, by default, I am writing in another manner. Like this is float number, but I am writing integer of this float number. So when I execute this integer of this float number, so it gives me only 3. So here you need to remember this, when you convert from float to integer, the decimal part will be lost. So you should only convert when it makes sense for your data. Let's see here what float gives us. It gives us 5.05. And if we write complex, then it gives us 4 plus 0j. We are not mentioning imaginary part, so it will by default consider it as 0. Right? So I think up to here everything is clear to you and you are enjoying this video, right? So after this, let's explore few numeric operations in Python. So for all these numeric operations, let us segment it. Here we have A, B, and these are 4 numeric operations that we are going to perform. Let's execute this thing. So here you can see this A plus B adds 2 number. Now this A divided by B, this will divides 2 number, or this will always gives a floating answer. Now here this is important. Let me make it a little bit bigger, right? So that you can see it properly. Now we'll talk about this segment. So this segment performs the floor division. What it does? It removes the decimal part, and then after we have A star star B. What it does? It means A to the power of B, and here we get the result of each of them. Okay, so these were just some small differences that are important to understand and how Python performs numeric calculations, right? So that we have understood. Now it's time to check your understanding. Have you watched this video properly or not? And for that, I have a quick question for you. If I write 10 by 5, what will be the output? Think over it and then write your output into the comment section. We have just studied this thing, right? So think over it and write your answer into the comments. After this quick short question, there is another quick short question for you. And your second question is this. Can we directly store 3 plus 4i in Python? Yes or no? The logic behind this we have just studied, right, when we were studying complex number. So write the answer into the comments quickly and then we'll move for the next. So now you know how Python thinks about numbers, from whole number to fraction to imaginary. Now into the next video, we are going to explore the text data type. If you found this video useful and helpful, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe. In future, we are going to explore more similar videos. So till that time, bye bye.